Hey there. It makes me so happy to see so many of us here together today, because at this very moment, they are trying to break us. The lawsuits, the intimidation, the threats to imprison us, to remove lawmakers duly elected freely and fairly by their constituents from these positions of public trust that they are using right now, not just to fight for their constituents, not just the people of Texas, but each and every single one of us as Americans who continue to want to live in a country of, by, and for the people. They are doing this not because they are strong, those who seek to intimidate us and break us. They do this because they are afraid. They fear this power that they see here today. They panic because they realize if they are unsuccessful in this theft of the election of 2026 right now in the summer of 2025, if they cannot maintain their purchase on power in the House of Representatives, then there will be a check on their lawlessness. There will be accountability for their crimes and corruption. There will be the ability, if Democrats hold the majority, to begin to move forward on an ambitious agenda, no longer transferring this country's wealth to the richest 1%, but returning it to the people who generated that wealth in the first place, working Americans and working Texans. No longer talking, but moving forward on rewriting this country's immigration laws to reflect our values, our lived reality, to legalize every dreamer, the parent of every dreamer, every hard-working American doing back-breaking work across this country. A future where we are no longer complicit in the bombing and the starving and the slaughtering of innocent children in Gaza, but instead use the awesome power of this country to convene the other nations of this planet to establish a free, independent, sovereign Palestinian state, and to work for the safety of those who live there, of those who live in Israel, of those who live in the region. And a future where Texas women can make their own decisions about their own bodies, their own future, and their own health care. Lest anybody think that this is impossible, I ask you to remember, in 1973, abortion was just as illegal in the state of Texas as it is today, but no one from outside this state rode to our rescue. 3 young Texas women prevailed upon an all-male United States Supreme Court to render one of the most important decisions in American history. Our message to Donald Trump, Greg Abbott, and Ken Paxton: do not fuck with the women of Texas or you will find out. And if they lose their purchase on power, they realize that we have the opportunity to hold free and fair elections in this country once again. We can do things like passing the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act so that you can actually cast a ballot in Texas, register to vote, and get on to the rolls. That is why they are so afraid right now, and they will do everything they can to seek to stop us, including trying to divide us. To my fellow Democrats, do not allow them to do this. Whatever it costs, let's maintain our unity. It is our greatest leverage. When and if these state legislators return here, let's make sure that we thank them for the fight, for the courage that they have shown, for the conversation that they has brought to this country. And when they seek to divide us from one another based on our differences, you stand next to that transgender Texan and make sure that they know they are not alone. You stand next to that immigrant, make sure that they know they are not alone. Do not allow them to divide us. Because if we fail, if we allow this division to take place and to grow, if we lose the election of 2026 and the last best hope to win political power and to ensure that we can assert the rights of every single American, I am afraid that the consolidation of authoritarian power in the hands of this president will be nearly unstoppable. And what that means is more masked, plainclothes federal agents without warrants or badges sweeping our fellow Americans off the streets. What that means is more of Trump and Abbott's and Paxton's political opponents targeted for vengeance, for retribution, and yes, even for political violence. And what that means, if we are unsuccessful, is that a Republican-controlled Congress will roll out the royal red carpet for a third Trump term. So we must stand together, and we must stand and fight. They want us to bend the knee because they have seen the wealthiest, the most powerful, the elite institutions in this country who actually have the resources to fight back. They are the ones bending the knee right now. Harvard, Columbia, Brown, the Ivy Leagues, the big law firms on the East Coast, Paramount, CBS, Zuckerberg, Bezos, Elon Musk, all of them. They expect us to do the same, but it's up to you and me to show them that in Texas, our knees do not bend. In fact, thanks to everyone who has joined this fight, we were able to make more than $1 million donation to the House Democratic Caucus, the Black Caucus, the Mexican American Caucus, and we are going to continue to fight, to raise, to organize, to register, to mobilize. We will fight on the floor of this House. We will fight in the courtroom. We will fight in the streets, door to door, meeting and registering and turning out those voters who are going to decide the outcome of 2026. Whatever the fucking maps are, we are going to win them in this state. We are going to fight in Texas, and thanks to your fight, we are now fighting in California. Thank you, Governor Newsom, and the Democrats in this state for keeping it up. Lastly, for those in our lives who doubt us and the power that we have as a people in a free nation, let us remember who we are at the end of the day, where we come from, and what we're made of. I know that the odds look intimidating today in Texas, but over the course of these last 249 years, whatever they have thrown at us, we have overcome it. We freed ourselves from the mightiest, most powerful empire on the planet to secure our independence and ensure that we are free from ever being ruled by tyrants or kings. We defeated the armies of the Confederacy to ensure that never again could one American own another. We defeated the divisions of Hitler's Third Reich to destroy fascism abroad and defend democracy here at home. And the generation that followed theirs, not even 20 years later, they marched, they stood, they fought for the full civil and political rights of every single American against the armed and elected thugs of the Jim Crow South, and they won. They won here in Texas, they won in Alabama, they won in Mississippi, they won across the country. That is who we are at the end of the day. And all of that service, and all of that struggle, and all of that sacrifice flows through those 249 years to us here today in Austin in the year of our Lord, 2025. And what we do with this great inheritance is going to define us in the eyes of history, and it will determine what is possible going forward. So I ask you, do not allow this moment to pass without a fight. Do what you can with what you have, wherever you are today and every single day going forward. Are we together on this? Are we going to fight? Are we going to win? Let's make it so. Thank you, Austin, Texas, for coming out. Thank you, Drew and the team here. Nos vemos. Thank you.